They sent surveyors onto my land without a word, hammering stakes less than 60 yards from my porch like they already owned the place. I walked down the ridge with my shotgun hanging low in my grip, and the look on their faces told me they thought I was the trespasser. That was the first moment I knew this wasn't a misunderstanding, it was a war, and it was aimed straight at me. My name's Jack Turner. 20 years in the Army, 5 more drifting job to job, and finally I bought myself 20 acres of stubborn granite and pine on the edge of Placer County. That land was supposed to be my peace, my clean break from the noise and control of the world. No one was going to tell me what color my siding had to be. No one was going to write letters about my lawn. This was mine. Or so I thought. The morning it started was cool and clear coffee warming my chest, shotgun resting easy in my arm. That sound metal on rock hammer striking soil, it froze me. I crept through the trees and saw them. 3 men in orange vests and hard hats planting silver stakes into my ground. One of them, clipboard tucked under his arm, looked me dead in the eye and said they were working on behalf of Ridge Valley Summit HOA. Easement planning, he called it. Like those words gave him the right. I called the sheriff right there. Deputies showed up, looked over my deed, my maps, the whole bundle I carried with me. They told the surveyors to pack it up, and still that clipboard man Rick leaned close before he left and said, "You're not going to win this. They've already scheduled the install." His tone wasn't bluff. It was smug, like the outcome was already signed and sealed. That night, I couldn't sleep. I ripped those stakes out of the dirt, but the chill stuck in my chest. I dug into the county map system, and what I found made my stomach turn. There it was, a ghost overlay, a proposed expansion line curling right into my ridge right through my cabin uploaded months earlier. Not approved, not legal, but sitting there waiting to be made official. The author, Hartman Consulting. Same damn name I saw on Rick's tablet. And the more I dug, the uglier it got. A YouTube lecture where Dr. Stephen Hartman stood in front of a screen with my hill plastered in dotted red lines. He called it Development Access Corridor. Civic good, he said. Civic good, like stealing land, was some noble act. I told myself it was just paperwork smoke and mirrors. But then the real attack came. An envelope in the mail stamped official. A complaint allegedly filed by me saying I intended to cut off water access to the community restrict easements, fence them out. My signature at the bottom. Not mine, but close enough to fool. Someone had forged my name and slipped it into the system. That hit me harder than the survey stakes. I wasn't just being robbed. They were trying to paint me as hostile, unstable, a crazy vet on the hill. For a night, I almost caved. I sat in my cabin staring at that forgery, wondering if maybe it was hopeless. These people had lawyers, consultants, money. I had a shotgun and a ridge. Maybe the smart move was to sell to leave before they buried me in paper and rumors. I actually said it out loud. Maybe I'm the fool here. Maybe they're right. And then my phone buzzed. It was Dan Miller, an old buddy from the service now working at the county clerk's office. He'd found the origin of that fake filing. Ridge Valley HOA office. Not rumor, not paranoia proof. That lit something in me. I built a war chest. Screenshots, forged documents, overlays, emails, Dan slipped me from the system. Every scrap of evidence labeled and logged like ammunition. I wasn't just going to defend myself, I was going to take the fight straight into court. When the day came, the courthouse felt like a theater. Reporters in the benches, HOA members whispering like churchgoers, a law professor in the back row taking notes. I stood at the plaintiff's table with a binder thick enough to choke a horse. Across the aisle sat Karen Whitfield, HOA President, pearls on her neck, calm smile plastered on her face. Beside her, Hartman looked like a schoolteacher caught cheating on an exam. The judge asked me to present. I clicked through slides on the projector. First, the drone footage of surveyors hammering stakes into my ground. Then, the official county plat map sealed and notarized showing clean boundaries. Then the red overlay the fake map Hartman's firm had published my land eaten alive by dotted lines. Hartman's YouTube clip played next him, waving at graphics of my cabin labeled as Community Development Zone. The murmurs in the courtroom rose like a hive. Karen's lawyer jumped up, shouting, "Objection!" The judge shut him down with one glare. Then I dropped the final hammer: internal emails, Karen's own words. If Turner resists, label him hostile. Escalate, target his communications, play the instability angle if needed. The courtroom gasped. Even the judge leaned forward, eyes narrowed. Karen tried to spin it, said it was all taken out of context, that they just wanted community improvement. The judge slammed the gavel so hard it shook the table. Intent doesn't excuse forgery. She fined the HOA $250,000, ordered Karen remanded on charges of land fraud and forgery. Hartman's license revoked. Deputies cuffed Karen right there, and as they hauled her out, she turned her head and stared straight at me. Not a word. Just that glare like sharpened glass, promising this wasn't over. I should have felt triumphant, vindicated. Instead, there was just a cold weight in my gut, because I knew that glare, I'd seen it overseas. That wasn't defeat, it was a warning. I went back to my ridge that night, sat on the porch with the shotgun leaning by the rail, listening to the woods breathe. The land was still mine, at least on paper, but I knew better now. HOA's consultants trusts they weren't just about lawns and paint colors. They were machines, always looking for the next parcel to swallow. They thought men like me would fold under pressure, sell out, disappear. But the thing about a man who knows his ground, who's lived on maps where one wrong ridgeline meant death, he doesn't fold. He digs in, he fights, and he sure as hell doesn't let a forged PDF erase him. That's the lesson: if you don't stand your ground, someone else will claim it.